Hello learners, welcome to this video. I am Prithvi Pothuganti. I have been teaching data science and AI for last 8 years. And in this video, I wanted to talk about a very specific topic of what's killing AI projects in the recent days. As you know, OpenAI Cloud has been releasing a lot of good models, cutting edge models. But these models are not just a magic pill which you gonna put and it will cure all your diseases or solve all your use cases. So the same applies for agentic AI also. So when you have LLMs with the tools and reasoning capabilities along with memory is called agentic AI, or in short, it's called an agent. And now people are trying to use agents, multi-agents to solve all kind of use cases in the real life, especially for the software companies, enterprises across the globe. The adoption is kicking in, but a lot of these projects are failing, which people don't say online. But as I've been experiencing this, a lot of these projects do fail. So, what is the main reason here is if you see models, they're very good, engineers, cutting edge, and problem statements. Of course, in some cases they are very vague, but in many cases they are very well defined and easy to solve problems. But the missing piece here is the last mile work. Because when you talk about enterprises, the software systems they have built over the decades, they are legacy systems. For example, it is not just one single operating system you install and operate when it goes to enterprises. So there are a lot of teams, each team takes care of different aspects, and in each of those team also you have multiple tools being used. Each of these tools or softwares are connected by different connectors. They have built custom. Some of it is manual work, some of it is semi-autonomous work. So you will know this nitty gritties only when you go to the customer, talk to them, and understand. So that's the last mile work, the real grunt work, which is, hey, what is your existing workflow? How do you identify all those connections, APIs, people involved, permissions involved, and hey, what does the customer environment really work like, how the production looks like, etc. And this is the real problem today. So for this, the OpenAI and cloud people now have developed a role called FDE. It is called Forward Deployed Engineer, and I'm sure you might have already heard about it. By the way, the name is coming from a company called Palantir. It is Palantir builds virtual twin, especially the AI systems for enterprises. Long ago, they were working with military. In fact, even today, they work with US military. And this word is heavily inspired from the military language, because when you see forward deployed troops, that means that these are the soldiers who are working on the enemy, not working, fighting on the enemy lines. So because they were working for military, so they said, hey, we'll put a name which is related by military a lot. That's how forward deployed engineer by Palantir came in. So what is this in short is, so Palantir has its own enterprise product, but to integrate it, the engineers from Palantir go and sit in different military offices. For example, a dashboard is not working, they don't call the Palantir office. So you have a forward deployed engineer right in their office during the integration as well as maintenance time. They sit, they troubleshoot, and they solve the use cases. Now, this is the same system on the agentic AI also being followed. For example, you are developing a customer service chatbot for a B2C company. Now, this B2C company looks like a single company on your face, but let's say take companies like Adidas, Nike, who sell a lot online these days. So you think about their CRM, their accounting teams, their marketing teams, they're vast, they're separated, and each of them have their own subsystems. For example, they take a CRM from someone, they take an accounting from someone, they take marketing from someone else. Even in the marketing, also, they have a lot of sub tools or products which are very carefully integrated between each other through APIs. Wherever it is not possible, they have the manual workflows going ahead and a responsible person who takes care of it. Now you suddenly want to develop a agent which will replace a thousands of customer service agents. Now imagine the customer service agents who the humans who have been solving this problem, they have already sat together. It's not that they are supplying humans. They are solving this problem for quite some time. They integrate all the systems and then deploy humans. So suddenly you ask, hey, my refund is not yet credited. Then the agent, the human earlier used to connect to the accounting and look at the software. Hey, and so there is a connection between the accounting and the data used to flow from the accounting team to the agent software, human agent software. Okay, now you're automating it. So the company which supplied humans are different, the company which is deploying agents are different. They don't give automatically all those connections to you, so you have to go and sit in the company's place and figure out all these connections, figure out all these APIs. Sometimes these databases are very crude in nature. You might hit the limit, or LLM might hit the limit. You need to understand what is the data database, what are the limits, where is it failing, where is the connection failing, what are the issues of permission, who should give this permission, IT team, approval from marketing team, hundreds of things which needs to be figured out at least on the enterprise level. So that's why these forward deployed engineers work in the customer environment. Now OpenAI, what it said is that, hey, we will put FDE to solve the last mile work. They have the models, they are the engineers who work on the back end, develop the product the models. Problem statements are given by the enterprises. Now, this is what they are trying to make it work. So when they say that, hey, we have a consultant teams, that's what they are doing, developing nurturing a lot of forward deployed engineers, putting them at client locations and helping them integrate their software. For example, Anthropic wanted to launch integrate mythos into, let's say, a prominent bank in India, SBI. So it's not that Anthropic directly sits in USA, SBI sits here. No, they have to get some engineers flown to India, work with SBI, for example, and integrate Mythos closely. Only then it will work. We have seen this in the past also. Products used to be deployed like that. SaaS companies used to get people onboarded, and now for the agents also, we have AI engineers doing that. Now, the next big question. So, hey, what is the skill set for a forward deployed engineer? So, the name sounds complicated, but it's either a full stack developer, either an AI engineer, or a DevOps guy, or a combination of both, all the three. Sometimes a product manager, and sometimes you will have a team lead kind of person also who wants to manage, and these teams are not small, sometimes these teams are huge, because when you are deploying something for an enterprise as big as Nike and you're as big as Anthropic, it's not gonna be, oh, okay, we'll send a two people team here. They are huge teams. Now, what are the skill sets if you want to become a forward deployed engineer, or if you are looking for transition into this field? Hey, you need to be really scrappy engineer. That means you need to understand uh, basic things about a lot. For example, hey, how to connect APIs, how to troubleshoot it, how to troubleshoot your databases. So, typical full stack developer guy, but don't expect you will be writing a production level code for a 10 or 15 product features. That's your typical work on the client, on the product companies. But when you're a forward deployed engineer, you will be working on a lot of small things, and you keep on iterating whether they're working or not. And second thing is you need to be an excellent people person, because if you don't find way through the people and if you don't keep interacting, then a lot of work your stays without any progress. So you need to be people person. You can't be shy coder in the corner. Hey, I'll write my code, I'll do my job. No, just grab a coffee, walk into your product manager, talk to him. Hey, why is it happening? Convince, get the details, come back, code, integrate. And finally, be ready for chaos, because these kind of roles especially are designed to not solve the chaos. So you will be sitting in the chaos, but it will be an interesting job if you love it and solve it. And the future holds a lot for AI engineers who are going to be a forward deployed engineers, because the entire success of agentic AI depends upon this last mile work. If you do it well, your agents start driving ROI. If you don't do it well, there's no ROI and the project gets declined. So the answer, what's killing agentic AI projects, is last mile work not done by FD engineers. Then you're killing the project. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a new thing today.